Indeed, coming back at you. You know who it is. There's Diablo, Delboy Diablo. Woo! Diablo TV, like, subscribe, do things you're supposed to do, boys. And I'm gonna just touch on something that's been going around a lot on the message boards. I've been talking and so forth, and basically, I'm gonna illuminate the true nature of something that you hear me mention often. And I refer to my notes or my dossier, which has been prepared for me by the International Hooliganism Society. So, it began as a gimmick, as a gag, running gag, you could say in comedic terms, a running gag, which is to say that it's my handwritten notes, and I flashed them real quick, and now it's a dossier, and it's been prepared for me by the International Hooliganism Society to add that element. So I made this up a long time ago, in 2018. But then people started asking me about it back then. I started saying, no, we're gonna have a museum, a hooligan museum here, and it's an International Hooliganism Society. We're gonna get together and discuss the finer points of hooliganism, and people, I was coming at people a lot of stuff. Now, years later, it's 5 years now. Since our first Millwall video, basically in 2023, it's 5 years. So it's like people are still asking me about a lot of these ideas I came out with back then, but a lot of them are more realistic. So it's like this. I know a lot of top boys already. I know lads from loads of firms. It's not a secret. And I'm talking with top boys about this. And basically what I'm saying is, everybody who's written a book and who still wants to be associated, because I know lads that what it is they may be halfway active still, or just it puts too much heat on you in UK to write a hooligan book. It messes up their lives. I've seen it from multiple people. However, some people is able to turn it into a career, and some people want to go around keep talking about it and everything like that, and they might just not be in UK. They might move out of UK. But International Hooliganism Society, it's about quality control, one element. Anybody could just write a book and say this and that, and then everybody's arguing. It's like martial arts. Everybody write their own book and their own history, and there's no consensus. So you can't take anything that any of the different lineages take 100%, you know what I mean? But we can come together. It starts with England. You got to speak English really to be a hooligan. How about that? If you don't know the banter, you don't know the subtleties of it. And you got to actually learn the Queen's English, and you got to learn the different dialects from over there. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're copying the clothes and you're copying elements, but you don't have it culturally. It's different. British people are different from Spanish people, different from American people, different from Germans, Polish, Russian. We all have our idiosyncrasies and our nuances in our culture. And the British way of bantering and all the different names they make up for each other and everything, you have to learn that to understand the game. But we need to come together, all the top boys. And I'm not a top boy of UK. I'm the top boy of America, for whatever that stands for, It's coming. But it takes somebody like me, from an unbiased perspective, to come from the outside to help organize it. And there's some people out there who don't deserve to be talking. I already know, like there's one chap called himself Badger, and I appreciate what he's trying to do. But this guy, he says he writes me a message. He's a Christian in Italy, and he's got the church of, not a hooligan church like I'm trying to do, but he's talking about that he's with Luton Miggs, top guy, and he has a video of him and all this, and he's telling me to get out of the hooliganism and blah, 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 blah. And I appreciate it that you're using your whatever forum you have to promote Christianity and try to reach out to hooligans to, make hooligans into Christian or improve their life. That's good. But he's false flagging. But these guys, they're not going to go beat him up. Steve Dolan was false flagging Millwall. As it all comes out, he is Millwall fan and he's Rangers. And there's connection and they're both blue. Yeah, so he's Millwall Rangers as it end. But he was first coming out saying he's a Millwall top boy. He told that to me, and he was online acting like that too. And he's going around in Russia. So he got checked. But obviously he's still in the game because he's still part of the culture, even though the Pie and Mash said that he snitched and he grasped up and people are still doing time right now. I'll leave that for y'all to decide. And again, that character right there, International Hooliganism Society, he's part of it, and I would promote his website because he's got to, he's part of the culture, but he's not a top boy. Let's just have it right. So the International Hooliganism Society is quality control.